Good afternoon, traders and investors. Will back here with another one, coming to you with a Thursday market recap. Hope everybody had a very beautiful day of trading. And in today's markets, guys, well, not much in the way of macro news. It was a very muted day, to say the least. SPY pretty much ending flat, and QQQ as well. But we did have some very healthy rotation across the bottom half of the market. Now, traders largely awaiting tomorrow's jobs release, guys. Tomorrow, very important day. We get the non-farm payrolls job report. That is the pretty much most important jobs report every single month that comes out. And it's going to be a very notable one to watch for the market action tomorrow. Now, a few little predictions on the matter in terms of market movement here, guys. So we are expecting 185,000 jobs. Now, we don't want this to come in too low. Traditionally, when we have lower than expected jobs reports, it does potentially contribute to markets going up because it reinforces the narrative of potentially interest rates coming down. Jerome Powell is looking for a little bit of an excuse here, either economic softness or job softness to really accelerate the pace of those rate cuts. However, we don't want to see too weak of a number because that would signal that the economy is deteriorating at a faster pace than anticipated, and that would be a bad thing. So we really have a very small margin of error in terms of jobs. In my opinion, if jobs come in better than expected or flat or slightly down, it will be good for the markets. The only event where it could really turn into a very bad red day is if this number comes in very, very less than expected, right? In terms of just overall numbers. So that's just a little bit of an anticipation into tomorrow's jobs report. Now, in terms of today's markets, guys, well, the highlight of the day undoubtedly has to go once again to GameStop. GameStop running about 26% on, or sorry, about 47% on the day and another 27% in the after hours. Now, GameStop started off having a very bullish morning, but in the afternoon, things really started skyrocketing after RoaringKitty himself, the man behind the rally in 2021, otherwise known as a deep effing value as well, has just now posted for the first time in 3 years, guys, a tentative live stream for tomorrow. Yes, the first time in 3 years that he's done so, and he posted this live stream availability at roughly 1 p.m. Eastern this afternoon, and you can see how many people are lined up for this one. 13,000 people in the queue waiting for tomorrow's event, and the chat has pretty much been firing off all day ever since he made that announcement. Couple that with the fact that he gave us another portfolio update at the end of the day. Traditional to his fashion, usually about 5 minutes after the close, he provides an update. Now, he hasn't provided an update every single day of the week, only on Monday and today so far. So people were really looking forward to his update, which is why when he posted it after the close at about 4:05, you have another 27% rally in the after hours. And here's why, guys. Well, just a quick reminder, right? Here was his initial position that he posted on Sunday, $174 million of cost and $210 million running position. That was updated over the course of the Monday afternoon to show that the $174 million in cost was maintained and the profits are all the way up here, guys, right? $85 million in gains up to a total portfolio value of $290 million. Very impressive. Now, just a few short days later, guys, June the 6th, take a look at this massive profit that RoaringKitty has right now running. It is absolutely crazy, guys. Gains like these you do not see every day. Cost basis has been maintained the same, and the total gain in the portfolio right now is $382 million for a total value of north of $500 million, guys. One of the largest trades that I've ever seen publicly documented by a single individual. So you have to give him that, whether you like the stock, whether you don't like the stock, whether you like the meme coin narrative or not. You have to give the man his props because it takes a whole lot of balls to have such a trade of this size running in the public eye. It's one thing to do so behind closed doors but when you have so many people watching you guys and you have a reputation to uphold, right? This is a very, very, very large position. So my heart goes out to RoaringKitty and everybody who made a lot of money on GME this round as well. Very beautiful performance, to say the least. So with all that out of the way, guys, we're going to take a look at technical analysis in today's video. Going to do our major market rundown in terms of the technicals of major market indexes and our major tech names as well. And no portfolio update today. We're going to save that tomorrow. Today was just a bit of closing trades, no new trades per se. So I'll just do a global portfolio recap at the end of tomorrow's trading. And keep in mind, guys, for the subscriber requests, if you want me to take a look at one specific stock, we do them every single Friday. So far, I have about 3-4 tickers lined up, have space for a couple more. So if ever you want me to look at one of your stocks, just leave it down below in the comment section to today's video, and I will do it tomorrow. Please only keep it to 1 ticker per person, just to be fair to everybody. So with all that being said, guys, let's get right into today's technical analysis. SPY pretty much flat on the day, QQQ pretty much flat on the day as well, but the heat map showed that there was still some very healthy rotation across most of the markets. Big tech names largely mixed. Semiconductors coming down after their fantastic rally yesterday, so a little bit of cool down, guys, definitely was to be anticipated. Healthcare performing very well on the day. The bottom half of the market also having a fairly good day, everyone except for industrials, and the banks fairly mixed as well. So all in all, guys, just a very muted day of trading. Half of the market pretty much going up, and the other half of the market pretty much going down, led to the downside by technology, industrials, and utilities. On the 1 week relative, you can see the market is pretty much split down the middle as well. However, the sectors that have gained a lot more than the ones that have lost. So we do at least have net gains in your S&P 500 names over the past 1 week of trading. Very, very nice rally by the bulls. So let's get right into our technical analysis on our SPY, and we can see, guys, that really not much has changed, right? Yesterday, I was commenting how after such a monstrous rally into the close with such highly overbought hourly conditions on the SPY and QQQ, we could be seeing a little bit of cool down, and that's exactly what transpired over today's trading, guys. Pretty much sideways the entire day, but that's not a bad thing because look how much it brought down our RSI on the lower time frames, and even on the 4-hour cooled us off a little bit, which could signal potentially that the bulls are just looking to maybe do a little bit of a bull flag at the top, like you see on the 4-hour right here, using our prior all-time high area of resistance as newfound support. We can pretty much derive a section like this of the market, right? Just looking to merely use this area as support, touch the 12 EMA on the 4-hour, and potentially be due for 1 leg higher. But obviously, a lot of that lies on the back of the jobs report. If the jobs report is fine and everything is good, well, then I really do expect this market to be able to continue to have some legs. If ever the jobs report comes in more negative than anticipated, at least the bulls have created a lot of space for themselves here, guys, right? Daily uptrend underway. So at this point, anything above 525.33, just going to be looking for a daily higher low for the potential trend continuation. And even on the weekly here, guys, the weekly candle is looking good, but we do have the jobs report tomorrow. We will see how this weekly candle closes, but as of now, weekly trend breakout is confirmed. Now, on the QQQs, pretty much looking very, very similar right now on the QQQs, right? Very healthy daily uptrend in motion right now. So what we're going to be looking for here, guys, is as soon as this market cools off, looking for a daily higher low, anything above 451.43, daily higher low for further trend continuation, looking very, very good. Sideways consolidation, really doing a great job of cooling down our RSI momentum without the bulls giving back too much levels. And on the 4-hour, you can see it's quite similar, right? Very nice potential bull flag setup for that eventual leg higher, and you can draw a potential rectangle of support right here, prior all-time high resistance, newfound support area. So the bulls do have a nice fallback area to go into where they could find some support before mounting a potential further rally. No red flags in the markets, guys. Bulls still in full control here. Weekly uptrend set in motion again. We'll take a look at the weekly candle close tomorrow, but so far looking very good. Now, moving on to financials. Financials, a little bit of muted trading this week, right? Not doing too much, but also not losing the levels too substantially. So daily downtrend was underway. The bulls have a 100% engulfing bounce in relation to our most recent leg of selling, and they're trying to set up for the daily higher low and the daily trend change. So we will see if they can get that done. If they break 41.03 to the downside, it is daily downtrend confirmed. And then we will look to our weekly higher lows, which were set last week pretty much, to determine whether or not the bulls can hold this to really manifest into a next leg higher. If ever, for which reason we lose this level, guys, and get plunged into the furtherance of weekly consolidation, just a quick reminder that your bulls are in full control of the higher time frames here on the monthly. So any consolidation here, guys, we have some beautiful levels to fall back into, 39.64, just looking for that monthly higher low for the monthly trend continuation, right? Using our prior all-time highs on the monthlies as big areas of support. Now, moving into healthcare right now. Healthcare having a heck of a recovery over the last 6 days of trading, engulfing this most recent leg of selling pretty much completely. This is the best case scenario for your bulls. Now, clearly above all our moving averages and clearly above this horizontal line of support, which was support back here. Now, cleanly above it. So as soon as this move tops out here, guys, it's a heck of a move to the upside, right? Not yet overbought on the hourly, so the bulls can really do further damage to the upside in that respect. So not really overbought. They could push it a little bit more, but if ever this move tops out tomorrow with a bad jobs report or whatnot, they have tons of space, guys. Anything above 140.59 will just be used for an attempt at a daily higher low to really get this daily trend change underway. Keep an eye on the zone of confluence. This horizontal line, pretty much the 144.73, all the way down to your 50 EMA 143.50, right? So this pretty much $1 range could be a juicy area that the bulls are going to be looking to get some support from. But all in all, looking very good. Trying to get this weekly trend change back in motion, looking pretty good on healthcare. Moving on to semiconductors right now. Semiconductors also a very beautiful name too, even though they were down about 0.79%. That's okay. They were up almost 5% yesterday. So some cool down is definitely warranted. Now, very much overbought on your 1 hour time frame. Big drop on the morning, but not any much further selling. However, if we do get extended selling into tomorrow and maybe early next week, that's fine, guys. Just watch the trend, right? Daily uptrend is clear as day right now. So any move lower at this point, going to be looking for a higher low, anything above 240.13. Higher low for further trend continuation. And for ever which reason, guys, if we were to lose this daily uptrend and go into a daily downtrend, you guys know the drill. On the weekly, we have so much space, guys, to set up for a weekly higher low for the weekly trend continuation, looking very good. Your prior areas of all-time highs will be the major areas of support that we're looking into if ever this scenario does play out. Now, moving into the IWM Russell pretty much still consolidating sideways, right? 0.72% to the downside, still trapped within this very wide range of trading over the last 2.5 weeks. So at this point, guys, the logic still is maintained, right? Anything above 207.28 is going to be looking for that daily uptrend break, and we're going to be really looking to move momentum into this 212 area. Very important, guys. Prior support, huge resistance for your bulls right now. So what the bulls are looking to do on the weekly, guys, they have a very juicy bounce underway right now. We're looking to set up for the weekly higher low and then gain some momentum and smash through this 212 area. And I really do think that the Russell is having a good chance at this breakout this time around because we finally have that weekly downtrend on your long-term yields. That's the 20-year. This is the 10-year. And if that manifests into a furtherance of a potential monthly downtrend starting, that is when your growth names are really going to start flying. So I've been looking into positioning here, guys, on all of the sectors that have been left behind, and growth stocks are definitely one of the sectors that I'm very interested in. If I do take a little bit of a position here, it will be using this TNA. TNA is pretty much the Russell 3 times leveraged ETF. It's pretty much exactly like TQQQ, except just for the Russell. So now moving into the Dow Jones. Dow Jones also up about 0.2%. Dow Jones looking okay, but really struggling with your moving averages acting as resistance right now. The bears are in short-term control. We're always looking for the lower high, but the key of the analysis here is where will the lower high be? If we can get all the way up here, it represents a very juicy opportunity. The bulls will have the probabilities on their side to really set up for a daily higher low and the daily trend change. But if ever the move tops out right here on the Dow Jones, we've only really taken back 45% of the move, not that big at all. So if ever we roll over here on our lower time frames, let's say we lose this gorgeous hourly uptrend into the next few days of trading, that will mean that your daily bounce is finished, and then we'll look for the bulls if they are able to protect these double bottom lows. Hopefully they can at least maintain this area of support here, guys. Should be acting as support again. This would be the best case scenario for the bulls, right? The size of the bounce is not the best, but with overall market bullishness, they could just potentially get it done, right? So not looking too bad on the Dow Jones, but all in all, the bears, you know, this is a big move to the downside. It's going to take a lot to start reversing this back to the upside. On the weekly, things don't look so dire. We are still making higher highs and higher lows. So we'll be looking to our prior weekly higher low right here, 38,070, to really act as the last line in the sand level before potentially pushing back into this weekly uptrend formation. So that's pretty much everything for your indexes. Now let's take a look at big tech names, guys. And big tech had a fairly mixed day for the most part. Apple with a little bit of a red day, but that's okay, guys. Apple is in such a glorious uptrend right now. They can afford to take a few days off here. Any move lower at this point, anything above 188.76, looking for the daily higher low for the trend continuation. Where are we getting rejected from right now, guys? Well, very simply, it's the all-time high area of resistance, and Apple pretty much has ran for about 6-7 weeks in a row. It eerily reminds me of this move back here. So if ever Apple chooses to do some extended consolidation and loses the daily uptrend, guys, we're just going to be looking for a weekly higher low for eventual trend continuation. I'll remind you, the biggest catalyst for Apple is coming up pretty much on June the 14th when they have their investor presentation day. They are slated to be releasing their new AI suites of products. So think iPads, MacBooks, and iPhones, all with excessively good, supposedly, AI integration. So that's going to be the big catalyst. If ever Apple falls off before that date, going to be looking to pick these higher lows anywhere down here in the mid 180s, guys. 187, 185 range could be a great little dip buying opportunity here for the eventual trend recapture for the bulls. Now moving into AMD. AMD had a nice little day of pop today, but AMD, I mean, just can't keep it up, unfortunately, right? They were running really nicely into the close, and unfortunately, the close really undid most of today's trading. But AMD at a certain point today, guys, was up pretty much, about 1.75%, right? Almost 2% to the upside, only ending 0.37, but that's okay, guys. At least we're doing a good job on AMD of protecting these lower levels right here. That is the pretty much line in the sand level of support. Very wide range of accumulation, right? The one reason that I have a fairly bullish lean in terms of a break to the upside, well, it's our longer term time frames, right? Your monthly is in full control. We obviously went over semiconductors, right? The entire semiconductor is bullish, and AMD is slightly lagging behind the rest. The weekly trend also is in the bull's favor, so looking for that weekly higher low for trend continuation. So when you have the monthly trend in your favor, the weekly trend in your favor, and the overall index in your favor, well, that's what usually gives me a bullish lean to the break, for any break pretty much as soon as we hit a range of consolidation. So not looking too bad on AMD. Still need to break above 172 though. If we can get that done, daily uptrend will be confirmed, and then we'll be looking to attack this 180, 184 level to the upside in terms of resistance. And if ever, conversely, we break down lower here, well, the bulls will just be looking for a bit lower here to set the weekly higher lows pretty much at that point. Anything above pretty much 149.42, going to be looking for that weekly higher low for the weekly trend continuation. So far, so good. The bulls are really trying to shape up, guys, for this weekly trend change and start attacking the higher 180 levels that we were in back in the month of April. Now, moving on to Amazon. And by the way, on AMD, guys, AMD, still a very big fan of playing short puts 160 and under. Now, moving on to Amazon. Amazon with a roaring day of recovery here today, 2% to the upside, looking excessively good. We were caught in this daily downtrend, and I was saying if we approach the 180, 177.50, guys, you know what to do. Pull the trigger down here. It's pretty much free money. It is your prior all-time high range of resistance, acting as long-term support for your bulls. Monthly consolidation, looking for the furtherance of the monthly uptrend. Also, looking for the weekly higher low for the continuation of the weekly uptrend, and so much prior daily support in this range right here. The bulls will play defense, and defense they did play here, guys. To complete engulfing move right now, back above the moving averages. So as soon as Amazon move is topped out, going to be looking for a daily higher low for a daily trend change attempt after being stuck in this daily downtrend now for a better part of the last 3 weeks. It does appear as Amazon bulls are finally looking for that breakout attempt, daily trend recapture, and weekly uptrend continuation. No red flags on Amazon. I will still be interested in playing Amazon even next week, guys. 180, 177.50 if we can find some premium down here. Looking on Google now. Google with a very good day, 0.72% to the upside. And since we're doing Google, give me a very quick second. And let's get back into it. All right, so Google looking not too bad, 0.72% to the upside. Daily downtrend now engulfed by the bulls, right? This is your most recent leg of selling, 100% engulfing move. So it does look that the bulls really want to V-shape recovery this as soon as this move is topped out, looking for anything pretty much above 171.20 to be acting as a new daily higher low for a potential daily uptrend recapture. This entire period of daily consolidation was just the bulls hunting for the weekly higher low for further trend continuation. Glorious weekly uptrend here, guys. The bulls control all time frames. That's why I was saying all dips are a buying opportunity. Monthly uptrend, clear as day. Weekly uptrend, clear as day. So any extended daily consolidation, guys, plays into these larger time frames, and your bulls are going to be buying these dips. Looking very, very good on Google. Just a little bit too high for me, guys. Google, I really want to be interested in playing Google under about the 170. A bit hard for me to chase it up here. Now, moving on to Meta. Meta with a nice little day of pretty much sideways consolidation, right? Meta at one point today was up a lot, right? And they did give it a little bit back here. So Meta on the day was up pretty much, almost 1.5% and ending to the red. So not that big of a deal here, guys. Meta did create a lot of space with this most recent push. And now we're coming into one of the trade opportunities that I discussed here, guys. This is the breakout and potential retest of the higher end of this range, coming down, retesting maybe the 482 level and retesting all your moving averages. Look at this gorgeous confluence, horizontal support, all of your moving averages there on the daily as well. And we have the daily trend breakout pattern. We also have the weekly uptrend pattern, and we've never lost the monthly uptrend pattern. So when your bulls are in control of every single time frame, we have to be making the most of these opportunities. Even if they fail, we have to take these high probability trade setups. So I will be looking to make a little bit of swing trade attempt at Meta. If we revisit these levels right down here over the next couple of days, 485, 482 is pretty much the swing trade long entry. Stop loss goes below the lows right here, 460, and we're targeting the all-time highs. So all-time highs, 530 away from 480. That's about $50 of upside, and 480 to 460, $20 worth of downside. So well over 2-to-1 reward to risk. Very juicy trade setup in my opinion. Moving on to Microsoft. Now Microsoft looking pretty good on the day, flat as well, 0.12%. Microsoft still looking to do the most that it can with its daily trend change attempt, right? So daily downtrend by the bears, putting in a very nice move, guys. Look at the size of the move. Always put the fibs on it. 80% retracement. So the bulls have a very good probability, guys, of as soon as this move is topped out, setting a daily higher low for the daily trend change. Now, if ever the move tops out here, let's say tomorrow we get a bad jobs report or something like that, and we revisit the 415 level, same trade as Meta. Breakout of this previous range of consolidation, right? Breakout, retest the top of the range at 415 and make the daily trend change attempt. So the entry for the trade is right around 415. Your stop loss goes below the low right here, 404.78, because it's either the daily trend change confirmation or we are wrong, right? That is the premise of the trade. So the stop loss goes below here, so you have about $10 worth of risk, and our all-time high breakout is pretty much 435 all the way up to about 450. So looking pretty good, guys. $20 worth of upside, at least $20 worth of upside. Usually I break my take profits in two. One would be here, one would be at 450. But if you just want to take the highs, guys, $20 worth of reward, $10 worth of risk. Once again, a 2-to-1 reward to risk setup. Those are the ones that I really want to be going for specifically. Moving on to Netflix right now. Netflix not looking too bad either, 0.27% to the downside, but that's okay. Netflix really just consolidating here at the top end of the range. So very, very nice chart setup by Netflix. Why do I say that, guys? Because even though it looks slightly messy on the daily, right? It's really just sideways consolidation. Where are we consolidating? That is the important part. Above our range of support. Notice that the bulls are not giving back too much into this range of support, and you see it even better on the weekly here, guys. This was very big area of consolidation. The bulls doing a great job breaking out, and now if for every which reason we continue consolidation into this level, guys, just gonna be looking for a weekly higher low for the weekly trend continuation. Trade attempt for me, probably 415 down to about 400 off of that weekly higher low attempt. Confluence with the 12 EMA for the potential break higher, and the break higher could very well take us into the all-time highs. Obviously not going to do it in 2 days. We're talking about the next leg of weekly move to the upside throughout the rest of the summer. So not looking too bad on Netflix. And obviously, guys, if that doesn't happen, if we don't go down and we just continue mounting the levels higher, well, your daily uptrend simply continues and your weekly leg higher simply just continues as well without any pullback. Moving on to NVIDIA right now. NVIDIA down about 1.18%, but I mean, guys, in the grand scheme of things, right? Is it really down that much? Not really. Pushing a new all-time high before pretty much ending red today, getting up almost exactly to $1,250. What a level for NVIDIA right now, right? But still, guys, a little bit extended on the daily. You guys know that by now. No longer extended on the 4 hours. This move down did a great job of cooling that, and no longer extended on the 1 hour as well. Today's move did a great job of cooling that down. So in terms of NVIDIA, guys, the 4-hour trend is really my guide. You can see we've been protecting this level now for at least the last couple of days of trading. Let's call it a week of trading at this point. If ever we were to roll over, lose the 4-hour trend, and also lose the 12 EMA, well, you guys know that daily consolidation is underway. Anything above 1,071, looking for that daily higher low for trend continuation. Keep a close eye on this level right here, guys. prior resistance. Your 12 EMA should have time to coil up into this area. That's around the 1,150 mark. All in all, the bull's looking very healthy on NVIDIA, guys. No real red flags. The red flags come when we get a daily downtrend. That's what we know, that probably weekly consolidation and a bit more sell down is in order. Now moving into Tesla. So Tesla not looking too bad either on the day, 1.68%, trying desperately to break out, guys, right? They tried it. They tried to hit the 180, couldn't get it done. But what I do like here is the size of this move on Tesla. Look, we were always trapped within our moving averages, never really able to close days much above our moving averages before really getting rejected once again. This is the first day pretty much in a while, I would say 2-3 weeks, that we have now closed consistently above all of your moving averages. So it looks like a very clean breakout. Now, whether or not the bulls can capitalize on this breakout is another question, but so far looking pretty bullish on Tesla, at least on the shorter term timeframes. On the daily, you can see we're pretty much still in a wide range of consolidation. Nothing has changed, guys. We've been in this range of consolidation almost for a month at this point, right? So when consolidation gets really tight like that, the break either way is going to be violent. Now, I do think Tesla is going to pretty much follow the rest of the markets. If ever the markets have a very nasty spurt of selling, then expect Tesla, unfortunately, to lose these levels to the downside and go into a little bit of a daily downtrend. But if you're overall bullish in the markets, continue into next week, especially with the read from CPI and Jerome Powell, that could be Tesla's cue to really start breaking out. And I do believe that when we do break out, we are going to head at least to the 190, maybe even close to 200 levels. That's just really where the breakout of the range can pretty much take us, guys. All this trap liquidity in this area, it stands to argue that the break is either going to take us to the downside here, 162, 160, or to the upside, at least about 190, 195, right? So pretty much not looking the best on Tesla, but not looking the worst, right? Just very difficult to derive where the stock is going with such muted price action right now. So we'll have to take this one day at a time. So far, so good on the weekly as well. Very tight weekly range, but would not like to lose 168.03, guys. Close a weekly below here, and you do end up with a renewed weekly downtrend. And then we look out to our last area of support, 160 pretty much to the downside to really save the potential continuation of the monthly downtrend. Very, very important. Now moving on to Palantir. Palantir not looking too bad at all. As a matter of fact, up another 3.61%. Free money once again here, guys. I don't know how many times I've said on the channel that I was playing this lower area. Obviously, I can't give you guys any financial advice. I can't tell you the trades to make, but hopefully from my bullishness and my continuous plays on Palantir in my own trading account has potentially given you guys a little bit of just what to look out for when a stock consolidates, right? So the gist of the trade was pretty much this: huge monthly support, monthly resistance, now going to be acting as newfound monthly support. The 12 EMA on the monthly was right down here about 1950 as well. And within the context of a monthly uptrend right now, looking for the monthly higher low, right? So all the higher time frame was very bullish. Now on the weekly, it was looking very good because the bulls were really playing some nice defense down here, 20.5. So I was saying short puts in the $21 to $19 should be compensated quite well. And they really have been. The stock now really breaking out to the upside and smashing our prior area that I really wanted to get through. This $23 yellow line right now, clearly above it, clearly above the moving averages too. The moving average is actually curling to the upside now. Daily uptrend. So as soon as this move is topped out, just gonna be looking for a daily higher low for further trend continuation. Now, where can we come down into? $23, yes, but it's not really a line, right? You can see it's kind of more of a trading range. So I don't want to put too many boxes on the chart, but if you want to put a little box here, guys, you can see it's a bit of a range, right? A lot of price action within here, 23 down to about 22.50. So if we do pull back, I do think that that's the likely area of pullback for this stock. Pull back into this area, perhaps. The moving averages are going to have time to catch up with your price action and could be a nice little location for a next leg higher on Palantir. The weekly is also looking very bullish if we close it like this here, guys, right? Very nice weekly trend breakout pattern, looking excessively good, and maybe just on to the next leg of monthly upside. $28 is my price target for Palantir this year. Moving on to PayPal right now. PayPal with a heck of a day here, guys. Really nice day on PayPal. Not too sure if they announced any news, as a matter of fact. PayPal stock popped up. What's going on? To the upside, despite a lack of company-specific news. There you go. So I didn't see any news on the day. Was curious to see if something maybe came in the last hour of trading or something like that. But really, no. Very nice move to the upside on PayPal right now. Daily uptrend pretty much is fully underway, clearly back above your moving averages, which is exactly what I wanted to see. So let's say this move tops out, just gonna be looking for a daily higher low for the potential daily trend continuation. Target this prior level right here, 65 down to about 64. Could be a nice little retest area. And now that the daily uptrend is confirmed and we have a lot of space, guys, I may be looking to play PayPal a bit more aggressively. I really wanted to see us click cleanly above this section of moving averages and this section right here, something that we have done. So if ever the stock comes down back into this area, maybe looking to play the 63, 62 short puts, anything below our moving averages right here, but looking fairly good. On the weekly now, well, the weekly bulls are trying to pull off the improbable, not impossible, but the improbable. We were in a weekly downtrend. That was really confirmed with last week's trading. Now the bulls are looking to 100% engulf the move, and they're doing a very good job of that now. This higher area right here prior to your earnings candle is a little bit of an outlier, but unfortunately, guys, that is really where the weekly high is. So now the size of the move is fairly juicy, especially with today's worth of trading, right? Getting up probably about 70% ways in terms of engulfing move, right? So 70% engulfer right now has created enough space to potentially warrant for that trend change. PayPal is still within one of the sectors that's been left behind, guys. The fintech sector as a whole has been pretty much trailing. And what I will do this weekend, guys, I've been compiling a list pretty much since last weekend, but especially after this week of trading, I'm going to compile a list of sectors that have been left behind and potentially my favorite names within those sectors that have also been left behind. And PayPal probably will be featured on that list, even though I like Square a little bit more than PayPal right now. Both really cannot be ignored because they are really, really crushed in terms of price action at least. And I do believe that any continuation of bullish momentum in the markets eventually will cascade into these stocks that have been kept really at low levels, right? So not looking too bad on PayPal. Congratulations to all bulls today. That's pretty much everything I had for you guys today in today's video. So tomorrow, of course, we're going to do these subscriber ticker requests and take a look into my portfolio. But that's pretty much everything I had for you guys today in terms of stock analysis. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, consider dropping a like on the channel. Would really appreciate it for the growth of the channel, of course. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're new as well. We do these videos every Monday to Friday after the close. And as usual, guys, if you have any questions at all, stocks, options, technical analysis, macro discussion, anything you want, please leave it down below in the comments and I'll usually get back to you within the first 24 hours. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Happy trading and peace.